Welcome to Brick Trains. I'm Joey, and we got another kind of ramble project video. So what am I doing? What is my next little project? It ain't little. It's big, and it's turned into a bigger problem than I thought. Mostly because I don't have the patience. So here's what we got going on. Street lights with signs. We even have stoplights. These are single pole stoplights. These two, and then this is a 2-pole stoplight. And then we got all kinds of white light poles. And yes, they all have wires hanging out of them. They are all lighted. Much like my, I don't know what you call this. This is the lights going over the layout, over the tracks, right? So we have the tracks come along here, and here's some workers. These guys are taking a little lunch break. Focus, right? And somebody had a Christmas tree up, and they forgot to take it down. But we have green, so it's green to go here on this track, and red to go here, because if we come around to the other side, it's green on this side and red on that side. Here on the Brick Train Railroad. Still didn't get that out. So yeah, this is what we're doing. We're doing lights, and these lights are gonna go in this city. So hang on a second. Let me grab some stuff. Okay, so here inside the city, right, we have the bank and the town hall, the fire station, and then the corner garage with the veterinarian clinic right there. Did you see that sign? It says no snakes. I never noticed that before until breaking news the other day. Okay, so we have our light posts, which I think what we're going to do is a light post on the right hand side of each building. And then here is going to go, and we have a temporary one in here, but this is kind of like a city stoplight. Kind of, you get these in some of the city sets and some of the city street sets. But here, where we don't have, right here, where we don't have a modular, we took a modular out. If everybody remembers from a previous video, we had the boutique hotel, and we moved it over there. It's back there. Okay. So we're going to do a stoplight here, which for a car there, all right, and then let's see, and a car coming this way, all right, because normally the cars would be going this way. And as you can see, we have a crosswalk here, we have a crosswalk here, and then there's a crosswalk over here. So this section of the street's kind of, yeah, I guess if it tells you to stop here, it should be green here. But at any rate, irregardless, we're going to put a street light here, and then, stop signal here, street light, whatever. And then we're going to start putting in, so like we got a street light here. This is not a wired one. This is the one that just comes with the set. This one's wired. And then we're going to keep going down, and then at the corners, although probably not this corner, this is probably going to get another signal, or we maybe put the signal up here. Would that work? What do you guys think? Put the signal there, and then, this is not the name of these streets though, but I do have a lot of these Spider-Man signs, street signs. I'm getting that, and ain't gonna focus. I don't know what's on the other side, 4th Street or something, 40th Street. But we could do that with lighted. So the plan will be to pull each one of these modulars out. Okay, so let's turn around again. All right, so we'll pull this modular building out, this plate out. This is just a blank modular that I have in here. All right, so you run the wires down into the modular. That one will be a lighted lamp pole, and then you run it into here, and then you've got a couple options. You can come out like a hole here and go into the next building, or come out of that hole and go straight down into the wood and then wire them underneath or whatever. I haven't got that far. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to, but we're gonna do the wire. Each module is going to be its own unit. It's going to have its own power, and that's probably going to go through. It's probably going to go through the layout and down, because what I don't want to do is have a bunch of these modulars connected and then have to pull multiples up to try and get them apart. I know there's some wireless connections. I've seen them. I've looked at them. I haven't ordered any yet. Maybe that's a way to go, but then I would have to make sure. Then I have to make sure everything is, and that works great for people who are taking their city places, right? My city stays here. This city is not moving, so I really don't have any problem with drilling a tiny little hole down through here and then running the wires underneath. And in fact, I'm a kid of when we had Lionel trains. That's how everything was wired. You just drilled a hole through the layout and you wired everything underneath. Your better cable management underneath was, my grandfather had a HO layout, same way. Tons of meticulous cable management underneath. Little, bigger wires than what we're using here, but still pretty little wires. So here is a little bit of the cable management on this one. I kind of got the wires running. They go from both sides. So that wire goes to this side, and then these come together actually they're on the other side, and they come across, and they all meet up right there. Come around. Where do they come around? They come around right there, down. Then I got a little junction, and there's another little junction right now, but it's a little wire tangle. This is not what I like. Yeah, I need to work on this. These wires are too short, so we still got some work there, kind of to hide that. But it's the backside of the layout, and very few people see it. But eventually these wires are going to be hidden and tucked. Yeah, eventually those wires will be hidden and tucked up underneath here, or maybe even inside here. And I'm just going to have one spot where, like right now, everything's just plugged in right here. But I'm going to have one spot where everything will just be plugged underneath. Something else that we have, let's see if we can make this work real quick. Yeah, we have the crossing gates. I think we've done the thing before on this. This is Trick Bricks' crossing gates. So we have a sensor there, and then when it crosses this one, the gate comes back up. So, yeah, that's the first thing that kind of got us started, was the crossing gates. And then I was watching Haley Brick's video. She did a video on some blinky bricks the other day, and I bought some stuff from them, and I kind of got started again. I went down a rabbit hole. And actually some of the wiring and lights and stuff that I got is from Blinky Bricks. I bought a street signal similar to this from them. It was a 4-way street signal, and I can never work it. I got a 3-way street. I don't have a 4-way, and I do have a 4-way here that I might have been able to use it, except the reality is we've got a bunch of construction here, and this street should have a stoplight, but this is a cross street, or a thoroughfare, main street here, so it really doesn't stop until it gets up there, so there's no real stoplight. So this is still not a 4-way stop. So I have it. I looked at trying to make it a 3-way. I tried to, I don't know. Nothing against Blinky Brick stuff. Their parts are not Lego. They're manufacturing their own parts. So that's something that if you're a Lego purist, be careful. But when you're dealing with lights, very, very little is Lego related. Most everything's going to be Lego. When you this light, these are all Lego pieces. Obviously, the wires are not Lego for sure. And you have to drill out these poles to get the wires through them, if that's what you're going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And yes, guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a hole there. Whoops. Oh, it fell over. I will drill the holes through the Lego parts. So what I will try to do is, in those cases, I will try to use the smallest piece In that case, I think that's a 16 by 16 plate. I probably won't drill through that. Plus, that's just brown ground. I don't know what building's going to go there. But in the case of this, let's see. In the case of like this police station, I don't know what's underneath there, under the sidewalk, but plate. But it's up on mills. That means there is some kind of plate here. So I may have to go in there and adjust this to drill through. And you can drill through. I got a little bitty bit. that the connectors go through. So it's, and you know what? I'm 55 something years old. Don't go at me about drilling into my Lego. I'll do what I want. It's my Lego. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's the next big project. We got the bus station somewhat completed, but I want to light up the city. And I know it's been a thing, right? It seems like it's a thing. Everybody starts talking about, oh, look, I found another street sign version. That's a Broadway one. You can't see it. There it is. Another Broadway one. I need to set that one out. That one's going to get used. I need to figure out where Broadway is and what the corner street is. I've got street names for all of these. Let's see. All of these streets and this street. Actually, there's a name for all these streets. I just don't know what they are off the top of my head. It's on the map. Maybe I'll show the map one of these days. Okay, that's it. That's what we're going to start. Lights. And this is not going to be a fast project. This is going to take a while because I'm going to pull each one out, wire them up. They're going to be a hole. And then we got to worry about cable management underneath. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching.
And it's going to record my daylight too, right?
Yep.